Hello and welcome. In this video I'm going to discuss some of the basic differences between the 10-man heroic mode encounter and the 10-man normal mode encounter of Lord Marrowgar in Icecrown Citadel. Basically, the boss has more health, he hits harder, his bone spikes have more health, his cold flame lasts longer and does more damage, and is cast more frequently. Bone storm hits harder, especially the closer you are to the center of it, lasts longer, and he can still cast Bone Spikes during the course of his Bone Storm phase. So, for a little better explanation, positioning-wise, I'm normally a fan of having the raid spreading out and quote-unquote not doing it the cheap way. But in this case, with the changes made to the Cold Flame mechanic, it's really best to go ahead and take the route of stacking the raid, except for the tanks and the hunters, right in the boss's hitbox. The hunters have to be back far enough that they can continue to shoot and not be relegated to melee, but they have to be close enough that they can still be gotten down off of a bone spike quickly. And by stacking up like this, it's going to force the cold flames to essentially just hit the tanks and occasionally go for the hunter. So the hunter or hunters do need to be prepared to move. The tanks need to communicate which way that they're going to be going. Because of the changes to Cold Flame, it's possible that you're going to see 2, if not 3 Cold Flames active all very close together as you're trying to move. So you have to say where you're moving and move intelligently, making certain that you're keeping together so that you don't accidentally split up and someone get killed because of a Saber Lash. It's also in your best interest if you have the raid begin moving, if not dealing with a Bone Spike, a few seconds before Bone Storm is cast. During the course of the Bone Storm phase, once again, the closer you are to the center of the Bone Storm, the more damage you take, so it's important to be very mobile during this portion of the encounter. You also need to be dealing with the new, longer-lasting, harder-hitting, more frequently cast Cold Flames during this, and understanding the pattern that it's cast in will help you tremendously. It comes out of the boss in a cross shape, and depending on the direction the boss is facing, this can appear to you more as an X or more as a cross. Knowing this and realizing that the Cold Flame will always travel in a straight line is going to help you to be able to better navigate your way around and take as little damage as possible from the Cold Flames. It usually takes a second or so before you actually take damage, and so if you're very quick, you can take minimal damage by running straight across a Cold Flame to get to the other side if you have to. To deal with the movement in this phase, you need to communicate where you're going, and everyone needs to move intelligently as a group. Remember that it's going to last longer on the Bone Storm phase. He's going to get approximately 1 extra shot at hitting someone, so you need to be moving, and understand that he's still going to be casting Bone Spike during the course of this, and you have to stay close enough together that everyone is in range of a healer, and make sure that everyone can get someone down off of a Bone Spike if they need to. Your tanks can generally stay approximately where they were at the beginning for repositioning him after this phase. Just be prepared to move as necessary for a Bone Storm. Something to be aware of: if you are on a Bone Spike and Lord Marrowgar is coming in your direction with a Bone Storm and there's Cold Flame coming at you, that can very easily kill you. Communication is huge in raiding, and this fight is no exception. You need to be prepared to call out for very intensive healing if you find yourself the victim of all 3 of these mechanics, and possibly even needing cooldowns from the healers in order to survive this. So, again, as a quick refresher, extra health on the boss and the Bone Spikes, extra length of time, damage, and more frequent casting for Cold Flame, extra length of time and more damage on the Bone Storm, and Bone Spike during Bone Storm phase. Just keep communication up, and you'll get this after a few tries once everyone gets used to the changes. Thanks for watching.